Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? I got my setup a little differently here today. Bear with me. Here we go. Okay. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. How is everybody out there doing in Facebook? Or I guess we're not Facebook land anymore. We're in YouTube land. I've been on Facebook for so long. It just comes out. Okay. Hello, my friends. Okay, so I'm just going to leap right in and get started here. Please know that what this is these are all the tarot card pulls for everyone who liked, shared, and then commented, liked, and shared on last week's videos or announcements. So I have gone back and written down all the names. If I have missed your name, please send me a message and let me know, and I'll make sure that we get it on next week's as well. This is just my way of giving back to all of you who watch my show regularly and who share it to everybody. I don't pay for advertising. I don't advertise in any way. So this is advertisement. It's word of mouth. It is, we all help each other, right? So I like to operate on the exchange of energy theory. So this is my way of giving back to all of you. So here we go. So starting in order. Lorraine Engles, we are going to you first. Now, please keep in mind that a few of you have given me your questions so that I can narrow it down and figure out exactly how to interpret the card the best. Some of you have not. So please try to keep your questions to spirit as yes and no as you possibly can so that I can interpret the card easier for you. If you ask me a complicated question and I don't know what your question is, it's harder for me to interpret the card specifically to that question. Does that make sense? Okay, so here we go. Who did I say was up? Lorraine, I think? Yes, Lorraine. We're going to you first. All right, Spirit. What answers, clarity, or insight can you give to Lorraine? Answers, clarity, and insight. They're not wanting to come out yet, Lorraine. I have to shuffle a little differently so I don't give myself blisters on my fingers again because I'm using my big cards. They're my favorite. All right, Spirit, answers. Wisdom, clarity can we give for Lorraine? Woo, flipped right over. Well, you got the Hermit in reverse, hon. This, I'm going to read for clarity here, but the Hermit is always a card of going in contemplation. It can be a card of a wise advisor, a teacher, somebody like that. Hold on a second here, hon. I can find him. I thought he was at the beginning. Oh my goodness. This book I'm flipping through, in case you're wondering, this is my download. This is all of my information about all of the cards, my understanding of each and every single one of them. And I've written it all down in the book because as a psychic medium, when I look at this, there's certain things when I'm reading your cards that will just jump out at me. So it just makes it really easy for me to get right to the point of what they're talking about here when I don't know your question, right? So, yeah. So the fact that it's reversed, because remember, this is going inward, isolation, withdrawal, that kind of thing. Sometimes we need to go inwards, right? And sometimes we need to get the heck out of our head. We need to get the heck out of our home. A lot of us are experiencing this right now. A sense of too much withdrawal, too much going inward, too much being in the house. This just really means whatever your question was, it's not, the answer is not in your house. The answer is out there. You've got to go out, live your life. Don't live in fear. Don't be afraid of anything going on in the world right now. I promise you, the only thing to fear, literally, as we've heard a million times, is fear itself. Because what you think about and what you feel is what you create in your reality, right? So get out there. That's the answer to your question. All right. The next person, I don't know a name for this person, and I'm going to do it this time because I didn't specify it before. But if you are in the comments section, hi, Linda, I just saw you wrote hello. If you are in the comments section and you have a very weird name for a YouTube name, one that I can't really pronounce, please write your name beside liked and shared. This person is DGIRA or ODIN. I don't even know how to pronounce your name. I wrote it down, but I don't know what your question is. So think about your question. We're going to ask Spirit. All right, Spirit, that blah, 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 blah name, whoever you are. See, I said that. They all come falling out like crazy. What answer do you have for that person's, the blah, blah, blah person, Dijon, I don't know how to pronounce your name. What answer, Spirit? Ooh, there we go. You just flew. This is a good card for you. I don't know what your name is, but you got an amazing card. You got the Lover's card. That indicates partnership, contracts, people coming together, working together, moving forward, harmonious relationships, partnerships, etc., etc. So if your question was about career or about relationships, even if it was about career, whatever it was about symbolizes harmonious relationships going forward. And can sometimes indicate proposals, marriage, contracts, things like that. I hope that helps. Okay, next we have Cathy Fachini. Okay, Cathy. Interesting. I wrote you down twice here. I'm just remembering this. So your question was, I love how you wrote it. You wrote your question a couple of times. The first time you wrote relationship/career, which are two totally different things. So I can't just do both in one. It's kind of funny. So, and then you wrote your question down again later saying relationships. So I'm not focusing on career right now. I'm going to focus on relationship because you asked it twice and we can't do both because they're totally different things. That's like saying, pull one card for my head and my foot. Well, we need one at a time, right? Okay, so here we go. One card, Lord. Oh, they just said shuffle those babies. All right, all right. All right, and I have one that's already flipped up here, Cathy, and I just saw it when I was shuffling. And you know what? I'm going to read it too, because the last one that I read, or that the last time this happened, which was last week, the card that was flipped up, was I stuck it back in the deck and reshuffled it, and it came out again exactly the same. So I know that means just take it. This is the card. It is the 8. Yes, the 8 of Pentacles. Now, as you can see with this card, he's working hard. This shows that you've been working hard towards something with your relationship. I want to read the download card because it is, or the download book, because it's a card of working hard towards something, but it's not always a relationship card. It can mean working hard towards, usually it means work and possessions, and it could indicate working towards a closure. I don't know how to explain this. See, I'm getting psychic flashes as well, which complicates how I understand this. So let me just look here. Productive, satisfying work, steady working hard and producing great results. Now, isn't this interesting? Because maybe Spirit is proving me wrong. And I love when they do this. Because what did I just say in the beginning? I said, Cathy, you asked about love and career. So there's not one card that goes to both, right? Well, aren't they proving me wrong? This card seems to be both. Honestly, the way that I understand this card is you asked for a general understanding about your relationship, is what I was focusing on when this card came out. I think what this is saying is that the harder that you work at being happy and passionate and knowing that you have everything that you need, and I know you've been trying to change your thinking into thinking of abundance instead of thinking and perceiving lack. This shows that hard work around your attitude to do with your career, to do with money, so that's probably why you put them both in the same thing, are going to produce hard work or are going to produce great results, but you're still in the working progress. It's basically, that's the best way that's a good summarization of that card would be a work in progress at the moment, hun. A work in progress. Don't stop. You're producing some really great results by focusing on whatever. I don't think it's interesting. People probably are wondering, how can your relationship improve if you're focusing on work? Well, if you love your work like I do, focusing on your work lifts your vibration, which then makes your cup runneth over, so to speak, and it runneth over onto everyone around you that it touches, right? So interesting. Long story short, Cathy, you are working towards some really healthy things are coming up relationship-wise. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. It's okay. All right, Christina Maitland, you are next. Christina. Wow, I'm getting psychic impressions off you guys already. I know the dead know I'm coming up next to read messages from spirit, so maybe they're already starting in my head, but wow. Christina, I'm hearing wedding bells around you, and I don't know why, but anyway, I don't know what your question is, but spirit. Whew, spirit just popped right out. Isn't that weird? I just said, I'm hearing wedding bells around you, and I don't know why. And now you have the Knight of Cups coming out, and this is an offer. This is some type of romantic offer. This is, I want to read him directly from my God download book here. But the Knight of Cups is a very awesome card. Hold on here. The dreamer, the intuitive, open to all available, considering all that could be. Emotional, intuitive, insightful, passionate, loving. Just a total feeling of happiness and fluid, open to love and friendship and new adventures, approaching something from an emotionally available space. I feel new love all around this. It's talking about trust love, accept love, be open to insights. I don't know what your question was about, but it's about love at the end of the day. And even if this was, what's interesting is, that is so freaky. You know what I just noticed, hon, is there was another card poking up from this deck. I just reached down and grabbed it. And you have the Queen of Cups. You have the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups. That's a pair or mother and child of some sort. And the cups are emotional. And I'm just seeing a massive connection, and I'm hearing wedding bells and wow, like union of some sort. I don't know what your question was, but it is absolutely going to bring you in alignment with yourself, with your heart, with an amazing relationship in one way, shape, or form. I literally have goosebumps from that. Wow. Crazy. Okay. I love when they do weird things like that, these cards. Okay, so next, Trisha Trudeau. Trisha. So no, let me just make sure that no more of these are like flipped over on us here. And my hair, you'll have to forgive me. I keep playing with my hair today. It's like Frizzball Central. So anyway, here we go. Trisha Trudeau. Oops. Come on, cards. Spirit. What answers, insight, or wisdom do you have for Trisha? And Trisha, you're on my list today. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, you're on my list today for a message from Spirit. So I wonder if they're setting you up for whatever that is. Interesting. Okay, what is the answer to the question for Trisha Trudeau? Spirit, what answer, insight, or clarity? Well, we got a couple here. So we got this one that flipped right over on its own. Wow. This one and this one. I told you your cards were setting us up for your reading later, hun. This is really interesting. See, when you get more than one card together, they kind of start telling you a story, don't they? Each card is kind of like a word, right? So when you put them next to other words, it can kind of change the way that we understand that word, right? So here we go, because you have the 10 in the middle that's reversed. So hold on a second. All right. That's perfect sense. So these are the cards that you had came up. First and foremost, we had the Magician. Okay. Silly microphone's totally in my way. We have the Magician. The Magician is the card of action, of beginnings, of getting things done, of resources, of Literally action. Let's go. Let's go. Feeling like you need to start something new, right? But then you have the 10 of Pentacles coming up. And, oh, my nose. I'm telling you. See, I'm picking up spirit already, you guys. Sorry for doing this on air, but if I don't, then I'm going to be sitting here scratching my nose the whole time. Anyway, reverse, this is talking about feeling like you don't have enough resources. You don't have what you need to get going. Feeling smothered or stuck. So there's that desire to get out there, that desire to get moving, this feeling of being stuck, not really having what you need. And then this card is the 7 of Cups, which is talking about, you see how he's looking at all these choices there, hey? He's got all these choices and he just doesn't know what to take, what road to take, or what choice to make, I should say. So basically, the story I get from this is that you really are in a place where you want to start doing things differently and new, in a way that is a new beginning, that helps you feel passionate and enthusiastic and a purpose in your world. But you're feeling like you're not exactly sure if you have the resources or how to nail down exactly which road to go in, if that makes sense. So my advice, I don't know what advice I would give on this other than to say the answer, whatever question you asked, is you got to make a choice, and you got to stop viewing your predicament from a situation that the universe, our world, everything you see in this world is like it's on the menu. The world we're living in is like living in a buffet restaurant. Everything you see taking place in this world is a possibility. You can have it if you want it. But the way that you get it in your life is by putting your attention on it. So if your attention is on the lack of ability to move forward, if you are telling yourself, I don't have what I need to make this happen, I don't have the resources, I don't have the support, or whatever it is that you are telling yourself you don't have, you are preventing yourself from moving forward. So you have to start telling yourself that you do have, and focusing on what you do have and the baby steps that you can take. And eventually they will take you to where you got to go. But you can't see, sometimes we can't see where we are now to where we want to go. We can't see the whole journey on the way there. And so just because you can't see the whole journey doesn't mean that you're not supposed to go. Just because you can't see every gas station on the road between now and like wherever you're going, like for that 3-day drive, doesn't mean that they're not there. You just have to focus on being grateful and happy about whatever you can do in the present moment, and trust that the universe will bring you the next breadcrumb as it comes. That makes sense. We'll talk more about that in your reading. I'm sure that's going to come up, because it's not an accident, and that this is all coincided today. So I hope that helps anyway. All right. My pen is not working now. There we go. So who's next? Marilyn Thiel. She would like to know, so her husband passed, and she would like to know if he approves of her choices. Oh, Marilyn. It is Marilyn, right? I think that's what I just said. See, I connect to spirit as soon as I say your name. Goodness. Okay, so the first thing I want you and anybody else who's listening to know is that from my experience, the number one thing that the dead have always said to me is that, they cared about these things, how we laid them to rest and things like that, before they passed away, when they were still in their physical body, because they were looking at it from this physical perception. However, when they are in spirit, they look at it from a higher perspective and a different perception. And the only thing they care about is that if it brings you peace. So make the choices and decisions that you can live with around laying your loved ones to rest. The choices, decisions that bring you peace. And I promise you it will bring them peace. But we'll dig into the cards. We'll dig into these cards and see what they have to say. All right, Marilyn? All right, Spirit. Spirit. What answers, wisdom, and clarity can you give Marilyn on her question? Answers, wisdom, and clarity. It fell right out. Aw, honey. Loves the choices. So your question was, does he approve of the choices and decisions that you made? And I see the Page of Swords. And what that tells me, it tells me quite a few things, actually. What I get from this is that it's the beginning of a new path because we have a page, right? So you have new responsibilities and new choices and decisions that you've had to make that he probably used to make. Because with the Page of Swords, I see you beginning on that path. And the Swords is a card of clarity, of cutting through the mud, of cutting through the obstacles. I'm going to read the definition from my God download book here, but it is literally a card of cutting through obstacles, moving forward. Here, hold on a second. Defending oneself or others, or a plan, sticking up for oneself or an idea. See, what's interesting, okay, so yes, there's that element of having to defend yourself or stick up for yourself with the Page of Swords. And your question is, does he support the choices and decisions that I made? And the defending your beliefs and choices are coming up. And that tells me that you're probably getting some opposition for those choices and decisions that you made from someone. And his message to you is, I absolutely approve of these choices and decisions that you've made so far. But more importantly, he's very proud of you for the mental clarity that you've had, for your ability to stand up for yourself and walk into this new independent path in a way that I don't think you had to before. So please know that not only does he approve of the choices and decisions that you've made recently, but he's very proud of you as well. I hope that helps. Okay, so who is next here? Jenny Cowie Schumann. Jenny Cowie Schumann. Here we go. You got good energy around you, Jenny. You got good energy. You know what song I hear as I zone in on your energy? I hear this song, changes. Huh. I hear this song, changes. Huh. Hold on. All right, Spirit. What answers? Right there. Just flew right out. Oh, the Magician. Action. Time to take action. I don't know what your question was, hon, but this card indicates action. Time to snap to it, etc., etc. Hold on a second. What am I going on here? I forgot to scratch someone out. Did I miss someone? Hold on a second here. No, I didn't. Okay. Threw myself off. Looking at the wrong book. All right. Where was I here, Jenny? The Magician. Let me read from the book. Mastery and follow through. You have all the resources. You're in control of your skill. Creativity, willpower, focus of energy. Feeling compelled to create. Do it. Move forward. You have all you need. It is the action. Oh, hit myself in the head. It is the action card of the tarot. I don't know what you asked, but I do know what I felt when I connected to your energy, which was a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, a lot of, woo, let's do this. And this is the action card. You are moving, and changes. You're moving from that old stuck thought pattern into this new, amazing, wonderful, abundant reality that I don't know if you have experienced in a while. I just feel like you've been stuck for a while and you're moving into some really unstuck energy. I hope that helps. Okay. And quickly, I want to add, there's an element of fast to that. I just want to point that out. Okay, Elaine Rechnagel asked about her career. Interesting. Okay, Elaine Rechnagel. Oh, these cards. See me trying to shuffle them and not hit my microphone. All right, Spirit. Whoa. That's interesting. So the card flipped another card, and then flipped this one on top. It was very weird. I don't know how much of that you guys just saw. But you know what? I want to pull one more, Elaine, because I'm going to keep that out. That's the Judgment card, okay? So remember that. But I want to pull one more. Spirit. Fear. The moon. You got the Judgment card and the moon card, which can indicate walking on a path that you're not quite sure where it leads, feeling some fear. The Judgment card is the card of feeling compelled, you feeling pulled to do something, feeling, yes, there can be an element of being judged. Here, I'm going to read both cards. Give me a second here. Judgment. Yeah. An undeniable call from within, awakening to your true purpose, feeling called and compelled and your true power. So that's it. So recently you've been starting to awaken to that because you have asked about your career. So you've started awakening to this compulsion or this feeling of being compelled to wanting to do other things with your time. But you got some fear on that angle because you're not quite sure what is down the path. You can't see everything. This is a card of illusion as well, that you can't really see around the next corner. It's the moon, right? But you have to understand with the moon card that there is light shining from the divine and that it is an encouragement that you're not alone on this journey. I want to pull one more card for you because those are both fate cards here. And that's the other thing that's interesting about those two cards. The fate cards are the major kind of elements, major kind of life lessons that we go through in this world. And then the minor arcana, which are most of the deck, are the way that we respond and interact with that, right? So let's just pull one more here. Your cards are like flipping everywhere. All right. One more card, sweetie. Elaine Rechnagel. Sorry, Elaine, I couldn't remember your name, and it's important for me to get a grasp on your energy. All right, one more for Elaine for her career. Spirit, one more. Elaine, career. Whoo, did you see that puppy fly? This is a good day. You might be worried, but do not be worried because the Knight of Wands is a card of action. It's a card of inspiration. It's a card of, it can be an offer coming in. It can be an opportunity, I should say, coming in. He's very fiery, very passionate, very knight in shining armor feeling, charging forward with passionate commitment for change or to implement a plan or an idea. Great charisma, extremely dynamic, making something happen, action and movement, travel, adventure. So the reality is here, you have this calling about your career, something that you want to do. You're feeling a little bit afraid because you can't see around every little corner, but just remember that God can. We are living life. Sometimes life is like living in a corn maze, right? But God can see, his consciousness is raised above ours, so he can see from above, right? So if you understand that you don't have to have all the answers before you actually start embarking on that path, all you have to do is trust that God is leading you because he can see, then you're totally fine. You're being called. And that calling's not going to go away until you respond. And when you respond with excitement and joy and happiness, they will provide the next breadcrumb that will take you to where you want to go. And that last card, that Knight of Wands, he just shows that this is going to happen faster than what you expect as soon as you get your thoughts and your emotions in alignment with where you want to go instead of focusing on the fear, right? Or the doubt. All right, my pen again. Come on, pen. There we go. Wendy Dobos, you are next. Whoops. How are we doing on time here? Oh, we got lots of time. All right. Wendy Dobos, Spirit. Whoa, Wendy, your cards just flew across the room. Okay. First. Wow, you guys, a lot of us are getting this. This is the third time this Magician card has come out today. I love this so much for you, Wendy. I don't know what your question was, but the Magician card, again, is the symbol for action. Do it. Move forward. You have all the resources you need. The Hanged Man is the same. It can feel like being stuck, being in one spot, not so much minding being stuck right now because you know there's better things coming or whatnot. This card always usually indicates like a stuck kind of waiting feeling, and you have that next to the Magician. So I think this is telling me this is where you've been for a while. This is how you were feeling, but this is where you're going. This is what you need to get out of that situation. I don't know what your question was about, but you need to embrace all of your resources around you and move forward. You have everything you need to make that happen. All right. Next, we have Charlene Valvasori Johnson. Charlene Johnson. All right. Spirit. What answers, insight, or wisdom, if I can even get these cards to work properly, do you have for Charlene Valvasori Johnson? Oh, it just spurred out. Oh, well, that's one of the best cards that you can get in the deck, Charlene. Just saying. This is literally the card of luck, the Wheel of Fortune, something going in your favor. That's a yes. Whatever you asked about, that is absolutely, this is something going in your favor. The wheel has to turn in your favor eventually. Sorry about that out there. If you guys can hear that, somebody's digging up a road outside my house. Let me just give me a second here. I'm going to go close that window because that's very loud and annoying. So give me a second here. Sorry, guys. Oh, okay. Well, that's weird. Okay. Yes, as you can see, I'm in work from home attire, pajama bottoms on the bottom, and dressed on the top. Anyway, Wheel of Fortune, best card in the deck. It means that something wonderful is about to happen. It can mean that you have felt like the wheel was turning not in your favor for a while and that things are now turning over to your favor. Something is about to come into your world, some offer, opportunity, whatever your question was, that would be a yes. Things are turning in your favor. All right, Madeline Desjarlais. I hope I'm pronouncing your last name properly. All right, Madeline. It's one of my favorite names. Madeline. She's so pretty. Well done. All right, Spirit, what answers, wisdom, insight do you have for Madeline? Madeline. Answers. Ooh-hee. Oh, Madeline, I hope you asked about love. Whatever you asked about, your cup runneth over, honey. Whatever you asked about it, this is one of the biggest yeses that you can because your cup will runneth over. Runneth over literally. I just feel an abundance of whatever these choices and decisions that you've made recently and whatever your question was about, that's what it's leading to. An abundance of your cup runneth over, an abundance of feeling just completely loved and supported. It may be in a relationship, it may be in work, whatever your money, it could have been about money. Whatever your question was about, you will have so much of it that your cup will runneth over. I hope that helps. Okay. It's pretty cut and dry, that one. All right, Winney Downey. Winney. Here we go. All right. Shuffle, they say. They say shuffle. Here we go. Spirit, what answers, wisdom, or insight can you bring Winney? Oh, Winney. It's another good card. You got the Lovers. The Lovers is an indication of, again, marriage, proposals, contracts, love, more two people coming together. And there's a contractual element here I'm not sure what this is. I'll tell you something. This doesn't feel like relationship to me. This is where the psychic medium part of me comes in. This feels, you heard what I was saying, contracts, things like that. This feels like a passion coming together. I just want to read from my download book here, even though I know what the card means. I want to see what jumps out at me here. Yeah, healthy relationships, union, coming together of complementary opposites. So somebody that you may have had challenging of sorts. A decision where all elements are in harmony. Relationships reflecting personal values, free of restrictions and opinions of others. So again, this just shows you being able to operate moving forward in, should I say operate, or you'll be able to express yourself as you really are and feel loved and appreciated for who you really are. There is, no matter what your question is about career, it feels like there's a career element to this. To be honest with you, it could be relationships related to your career, or it could just be that clearing out and having this healing in your relationships frees up more healing and love to come into your career. They're so closely intertwined, but whatever your question was about, that's a good omen. People coming together, love and happiness. All right. Last on my list for today is Linda Sutherland. Please, again, remember, you guys, if you did not see your name here, I did not get your name there. I wrote them all down from the lists on the announcements and everybody who has liked and shared. So, like I said, if I missed your name, send me a message and a screen cap of your like and share and comment, and I will put you on next week's list. No problem. Okay, I forgot who I was talking to. Linda Sutherland. Spirit. What answers? Oh, Linda, it came out really quick, and I want to ask another question, or I want you to clarify that card before I tell them what it is. Clarify that card for Linda, honey. Clarify. I'm saying honey. Clarify that card for Linda, please, Spirit. Okay, Linda, this is the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is like one of the harshest cards in the deck because it really indicates an ending. It says done and done. You ever hear that expression? I'm done like dinner, stick a fork in me, I'm done. That's kind of like what this card represents, being completely done. There is nowhere to go, no room to move in that area, whatever you asked about. And when I asked for clarity, the card that I got was the Eight of Pentacles. Now, this card is the worker guy, right? This is somebody that is working towards a goal that is producing like healthy work, healthy focus is the word I'm looking for there. So it's interesting that that comes up with this card. And this is where I wish that I knew what your questions were, right? Because this is like, this is so, and this is over. This is done. And you need to keep working hard at moving forward in another direction or moving forward. I still need to pull one more card here because I feel like we're missing something in the middle here. I don't understand. You're working hard. Okay, Spirit, what are you trying to tell me here? There's and then a working really hard. And what else? What else? Explain this for me. Working really hard, not being able to come together with people the way that you were hoping to, and feeling like you were not able to manifest something the way that you were hoping to. Interesting. Give me a second. I don't know what they're trying to, they're trying to say something very specific here, hon, and I don't know what this is. Hold on. Yeah, disappointment in a group of people or how things turned out. Not being able to make everyone happy, working hard towards something that maybe just did not manifest the way that you were hoping that it would manifest here. Nervousness, unease, feeling of not having enough to offer, people not coming together. Oh, unhealthy behaviors, food, health habits, blah, 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 blah. I get what it's trying to say, hon. I absolutely get what it's trying to say now. Is we can be our own worst enemies, right? Because this card indicates the absolute ending, that you can't go forward in this direction anymore. It's as done as you can absolutely get. This card shows that you've been working really hard towards something, right? And this is just, you can't make everyone happy. Everyone is not coming together the way that you wanted it to. It's not manifesting the way that you were hoping that it would manifest. Somebody, oh, I can't see. So yeah, whatever your answer was, or whatever your question was, I would say that you can't go forward in that old line of thinking. You can't go forward trying to please everybody, that you can't manifest what you're trying to manifest by putting other people's needs ahead of own. The only way we can manifest what we want to manifest in our world is by focusing on where we want to go and putting our own emotional well-being at the top of our priority list, guys. It's not selfish to put yourself at the top of that priority list, because you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't give people what you don't have to give. Right? And I feel like that's what this is trying to say, is it's the end of that way of doing things for you, hun. That you're not going to continue to go through life in that perspective. And I'm going to pull a new card here, because I feel like, again, you're working really hard towards something here. And I'm just going to change the way that I ask this question a little bit here. So God, if Linda changes, it is Linda, right? Yes. Linda. If Linda can change the way she's thinking about what is going on in her world, her question, if she can change her perspective on this and put her priorities ahead of everyone else, how does that change her future? Where does that take her? Show me. This is what I love. See? Do you love this? I love this card. This is the card of parties. Wish fulfilled. This is literally the wish fulfillment card, hun. When you put yourself first and your priorities first, your cup runneth over. And when your cup runneth over, it spills over and onto everyone who is around you. Your wishes will be fulfilled. What you have been trying to create will be fulfilled. And that includes this atmosphere of wanting people to be able to get together and come together and having happiness and joy. That's what you've been trying to manifest, right? So the second that you put your happiness and make it more important than anyone else's, they will follow. It's like the Field of Dreams, the movie Field of Dreams with what's his pickle? Kevin Costner, where they say, if you build it, they will come. If you build your energy up so positive and vibrant and joyful that everyone wants to be around you, they will heal. And it feels like that's what you're working towards. You're trying to manifest this kind of healing or something within whatever your question was about. It feels like relationships. It could be community or work or whatever. But as soon as you get yourself focused here, you will direct yourself exactly where you want to go instead of where you don't want to go. Does that make sense? All right, you guys, I'm going to take a short break, push this out of here now, take a short break, and then I will be back for my members of the THM Club to do some live messages from Spirit. And please remember, if you would like to join the THM Club, you can find more information about this on my website, which is thmedium.ca. It is only $15 a month to be a member. You get discounts on private readings, live member readings, and more. And if you would like to know how to get a card pulled for next week's tarot card pulls, then just watch the member readings, share, and then comment, liked and shared on the video or on one of the announcements that I post for the videos this week. And I will write your name down and pull a card for you next week on Tuesday. All right, you guys, it is going to be a great year. So hold your hats, hold your horses. I know everybody's a little bit freaking out about what's going on in the world right now, but I'm telling you, if you can see things from my perspective, it's like Christmas Eve when you're 5. I'm telling you, it's amazing. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. I will see you back here at noon. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. At noon. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.